Welcome back, everybody, for episode 3 of Worldwide Rush, our African start. As you can see, we have pretty well taken over South Africa, all the countries, not just the country of South Africa, but the region. And there could be more cities that are going to become available. Surely in South Africa, there will be. So we have 20 countries / territories, including a few here in the Indian Ocean. So let's just keep looking at what we need to do. We have 367 minutes to unlock a new country. We're going to do that, no problem. So Cameroon's 2.8, CAR is 1.1, Uganda, Kenya, South Sudan. Let's go CAR. We could also go Sao Tome and Principe, but let's go CAR first. Bangui. Okay, let's see. Bangui, which is the capital CAR in real life, wants to go to Kigali and Gitega. We could have an issue here because I'm not totally sure that we have an airplane with a long enough distance to get there. Kigali, 1400. Okay, we can do that one. Let's use this one right here. Perfect. And then Bangui also wanted to go to Gitega. So let's see. Bangui. Eventually, this is going to get harder and harder to do here because we're going to have more and more cities listed. There we go. So that takes care of that. Now let's go over this Tome and Principe. So what? Sao Tome is the name of the city. Okay, perfect. We'll put a base there. So Bangui, Sao. Oh, I guess that's not gonna work. Probably because I don't have that funny accent on the A, I guess. There we go. And then Bangui. So that's 1392. So we'll have to go with the 340 Express. And then what's the other one? Ivina Yang. It almost sounds like an Asian name, really. Go down for Sao Tome and Ivina Yang. 442. So this one we can just go with the tried and true Nimbus and maybe do a second one. Now there is other cities and other lanes that become available as you play this game, so it's always something to keep in mind. Let's go South Sudan. So Bor, Bangui, and Kasungu. So Bor right there, Bangui probably isn't too far away. 1400. Okay, so a little bit more than I would have thought. Go ahead and, oh, I thought we had the money. We did, and then we didn't. There we go. So Bor also needs to go to Kasungu. So Kasungu. So it's over 2000. So the next one could be this 2600 one. Could be a 320. You know, we could do one where we're going to a different city also. What if we went to Gitega? Let's do a Nimbus and go to Gitega. And I think they should be able to find their way further after that. Let's try it that way. That's fine. And I'm hoping that will work. So now we're up to 400 and some minutes between things. Technically, we could come over to Sri Lanka or India. Djibouti. But Djibouti down Tanzania is probably going to be a little far. Could go Cameroon, Uganda, or Kenya. Probably Cameroon, I guess, would be the next obvious one. Gaborone is overcrowded. Let's go to Gaborone and see what might be the issue. Okay, so Pretoria, no valid path exists. Okay, that's definitely going to cause issues. Gaborone, sorry, to Pretoria. And you know, this we could almost do a road. 343, let's do the road. Perfect. And we'll add a second bus. Now back up to where we were, Yaoundé. Put a hub there. So we're about to go to Ivina Yang and the Bangui, but most want to go to Ivina Yang, Yaoundé to Ivina Yang. 292 kilometers. It's really not that far. Let's see if we can do a road here. 470. Well, you know what? Let's just stay with the tried and true Nimbus. How about that? We'll go 3 of them. So Yaoundé wants to go to Bangui also. So this will go a Nimbus. Hopefully that'll work. Yaoundé to Bangui. Yeah, there we go. We'll add a second one in. Sao Tome, how's it doing? Bangui, it's not doing the greatest. Could maybe add another plane there. Nigeria is at 11. Chad's at 2. Sudan, probably Uganda is our next one we want to knock off here. So let's go ahead and do that as soon as we get the money. Oops, that went way too fast. Okay, let's look at these. New city is available. Let's put a hub there. Where is the city? Oh, Mokamedis. Okay. So, Mokamedis. And we want to go to Lubango, which is in the same area. Let's build a road. Wow, that road is really expensive, eh? That's quite the expensive road, $1 million for just a few kilometers like that. So it wants to go to Lusaka. So Mokamedis to Lusaka, 1700. So we're gonna have to go with the 340. There we go. Now Windhawk to Lubango. So let's add a couple more planes on there. Lubango is also overcrowded to Brazzaville. We got lots of planes. We probably need to upgrade. That's probably what we should do here. And there we go. Actually, we'll go, well, yeah, we'll go 2 for now. How about that? Lubango's off the board. Windhawk, though, is still hanging in there. Nope, nope, there we go. Now it's good. Now, probably what's going to cause us overcrowded is when new paths open up that they're demanding. So that's going to always be an issue. So there's Uganda is now on the board. So Windhawk, let's go look at that again. Lubango. Probably could just replace this. Put a better plane maybe. Gonna demand too much money. It's funny how it demands more stuff, but then you lay down a plane and somehow they're losing money. Like it doesn't always make sense that way. Mabarara. Okay, let's put a hub here. So we want to go to Kigali. Okay. Mababare. Mababara. Man, that's hard to say. Okay, so we're going to Kigali. Probably could build a road. Yeah, let's build a road. Let's go bus. And we'll put 2 buses on. How about that? Mababara. Barada. And Gitega. Also wants to go to Gitega, okay. So to Gitega, Mababara. If any of you like hearing names get just massacred, you're gonna enjoy this video for sure. Here we go. Let's put 2. Now maybe it's time to just take a look through things again. Ooh, national network. Cool. So Gitega from Kigali is getting a little overrun. Kibuye is not too bad. The Doma. Ooh, we grew cities, earned trust. That's good. The Doma, the Kibuye. Not sure why that's showing 0. Oh, because it flipped over the month. That's why. The Mbeye from Gitega. So we're going to want to do that. Let's pause this for a second. So Gitega to Mbeye. Mbeye, I guess. So we put a Nimbus on that. That will get us to that one. Then Makamba. I still can't believe Bunjabura is not in that list. Like, unreal. I live there, so it's really hard to believe that that wouldn't be a thing. the biggest city in the country, like, go figure. So, Makamba, oh, wrong one. Makamba to Mbeya, I guess. And this one will go with the old. There we go. Now let's jump over here. Let's go to Tanga. Tanga is a little low. No massive piles of people. Oh, indirect path. That's what it is. Tanga the Dodom. Okay, Tanga the Gitega. Tanga the Gitega. That's 1,000. There, we'll put a couple small airplanes on that. Now Zanzibar is doing decent to, okay, Durban. Zanzibar to Durban. Okay, let's look at that. Zanzibar to Durban. 2,800 kilometers. That's, we could go a boat. How about a boat? You know what? Let's go boat. We haven't did a boat for a while. That works for me. Yeah. Now, was there anywhere else Zanzibar had to get to? Gitega. Zanzibar to Gitega. Okay, so they're not going to Gitega either, right? So Zanzibar. Well, let's go Gitega to Zanzibar. We could just flip that around, I guess. And this one we could definitely go a Nimbus. Add another Nimbus. Now, Dar es Salaam. How is it doing? Morandava. Okay. We can fix that. Dar es Salaam to Morandava is 1,500 kilometers. I think we'll go with the 340 Express. There we go. Now, Dodoma. Dodoma Lilongwe is not doing amazing, so we'll click on a second plane. Is it backing up anything else? Not really. Kigali. Oh. Dodoma to Kigali would be good to have. Okay. We can do that. So, Dodoma, there it is right there. And Kigali. And we'll put a couple Nimbuses on that. Okay. Iringa. Do they have anyone that's not really happening here? Durban. Looks like Durban's not doing good. And to Gitega. Okay, let's start with Gitega. Iringa. Gitega. So there's a lot of kind of like micromanaging, I guess you could say. So if you're not into a micromanaging type game, you might not like this one. I kind of like it. You just gotta pause, that's all. So 2,500. So the only way we're gonna get to that is to take this Clipper, which is like 16 million. I think that can wait until they start kicking and screaming that the hub is messed up or something. I think we're just gonna leave it be. Maputo. So Durban here has an indirect path. So let's look at that. Makambako to Durban. Makambako to Durban. It's 2,300. Yeah, we're going to have to just leave that once again to Maputo. So let's get rid of that. Let's go Maputo. Is that doable? Okay, yep. That one is. We just need a bit more money, that's all. Perfect. Now, Mbeya. Mbeya is doing relatively... Okay, Morandava's not the greatest. Kigali. Mbeya to Kigali is something we could look into. Okay. Let's see. Mbeya to Kigali. 800 and some. Nothing in Nimbus can't do. And Mbeya also Mababani. Mabea. MBs are really popular in Africa. It just must be the way they pronounce stuff. I find it super hard to say, honestly. Okay, we can put that down. So there, we have that. Now, if we just keep coming down here, Kisungu is not doing great to Gitega. So we could try Gitega, which already has a hub. Kisungu, 1100. Okay. Nothing a good old Nimbus can't figure out. And we could put probably another one here. So Lilongwe to Durban is not the greatest. To Moroni also is not super amazing. It's funny how that's 0, eh? Like that I don't get. I have to be honest, I don't get that. So Lilongwe to Durban, 1700. So we're gonna need a 340 express. Need to put our speed up a little bit. There we go. Boom. All right. So let's see. What else do we have down here? We jump down the Praia de Bilen, Mababani. Okay, let's try that. Let's see. Praia de Bilen. Oh, they don't have a hub though. But Mababani also does not have a hub. Now I think about it. That could be a problem. Build the road. Okay, so that road's horrible. All right, let's go. Praia de Bilen. We'll make it a hub. How about that? There we go. And let's switch it to a Nimbus and put 2 of them. So Praia de Bilen. Is there anything else? Mababea. Okay. Praia de Bilen. That must be Portuguese, guessing. And what did I say? Mabea. MB. Oops. Wrong one. MB. EYA. Okay. 340 Express is the ticket. Perfect. So that takes care of that. Now, Praia de Bilen, is it going everywhere else that it needs to? Yes. Maputo. Maputo. Maizuru is okay. Like it's not horrible. It's losing a bit of money, which I don't totally understand how that's losing money. That's something I need to learn, right? I need to learn why is that losing money when they're saying it's not moving enough. We'll add another train to Durban. Mababani. Gaborone has a direct path. Probably needs another train or plane, sorry. Mababani. Oops. Pretoria. Pretoria, Gaborone to Maizuru. Wait, somehow I'm down there. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Durban has direct path. Direct path. So is the Durban one? Yeah, I did add planes to that, didn't I? Okay, let's keep going down then. The Maizuru. Maizuru, Maputo is the direct path. Somehow one plane's losing, but the other ones aren't. So can't say I understand that. Maizuru to Pretoria. All right, that's something we can do. Pretoria to Maizuru. And we could maybe, let's see, what would a road be? Oh, the road's gonna be even worse because it's gonna be like zigzaggy like crazy. And we got that Durban to Maputo is relatively okay. To Maizuru is not the greatest. Okay, there we go. Now, if we just stay on the continent here, in continental Africa, Maputo. So Pretoria to Maputo. Pretoria to Maputo. 439 kilometers. If I do that, it would end up being 481. It's not so bad. Let's do that. Kind of like having a few buses, you know, here and there. Gaborone is decent. Mababane is not 100%. Let's throw another plane down there. Now, if we slide over to the west, the southwest, I guess, so Makamides needs one from Windhawk. Okay, we can do that. Windhawk to Makamides, and we can go good old Nimbus. And put two of them. Let's pause this for a second. And we'll keep coming up. So speaking of Makamides, it's doing okay. It's not. Lusaka is somehow that's losing money, but yet there's passengers. That's fine. Brazzaville is doing a lot of money on one, kind of losing on the other ones. Let's delete this plane here. See if the 390 transporters can take care of it. If we keep coming up the west coast here, Brazzaville, Evina Yang definitely needs... But you know what? Let's just make that a bigger airplane. See what that does. See if that takes care of it. Makamides to Brazzaville to Makamides. Let's see. Brazzaville to Makamides, 1200. Throw a Nimbus down. Make it 2. Now Frostville to Kigali is not doing the greatest. Let's add another plane and maybe it'll lose money too, for all I know. Not sure what the problem is, why that's not doing great. So down to Brazzaville, not doing amazing either. Let's put a couple more buses down. Maybe that'll help. So Evini Yang to Brazzaville is not doing amazing either. Oh, our plane cost went up. Let's throw another plane down here. Perfect. So Evini Yang to everywhere else. Oh wait, Frostville's not the greatest either. Okay, we'll throw another. Yaoundé is decent. And Sao Tome to Frostville. Evini Yang also needs another plane. Yaoundé to Frostville. Or Sao Tome to Frostville. Yeah. Wrong thing. Sorry. So the S. I think I discovered I couldn't find this before anyways, because it has that accent. So Frostville. Ooh, Kampala. So that would be Uganda, I believe. There. Got that. Yaoundé we got. Okay, Bangui we didn't look at yet. Tega. Yaoundé. Might want to add another plane there. Then if we jump over to Kampala. Okay, let's pause this for a second. Kampala, which is usually, I think that's the main airport, is it not? Mbabera. Yeah, let's go there. Kampala to Mbabera. Now, thinking we could probably do a road. Yeah, let's do a road on that. Kind of like roads, you know. I feel good about them. Kibuye, that's gonna have to be an airport. Kampala to Mbabera. No, sorry, wrong one. Kibuye, right? Kibuye. Now I could do a bus on this one. I could do that. Or I could just go a Nimbus. We'll put 2 of them. How about that? I think one thing we'll do is we're going to start hiring some hub managers. And just, you know, laying them out a little bit here. Mbabera, is there a hub there? I think there is. I think so. Hub managers, I can't say that I've like mastered it yet because I don't always feel like they're useful, but I've been trying to use them more and more. Makambako from Moroni. Okay. So let's go Moroni to Makambako. Makambako, however you say that. There, we'll go in Nimbus. Put 2 of them on. Now Moroni, is there anywhere else Moroni's not getting to? Longway. Yeah, okay. So then over here to Victoria, we have Iringa is indirect and so is Zanzibar. Okay, let's go Victoria to Zanzibar first. How about that? Oops. Zanzibar City, 1800, so it's going to need a 340 express. And I believe there was somewhere else I couldn't get to, right? What was it? Iringa. Yeah, that might not work. Let's try it. I bet you it's going to be over. It's going to be over the 2,000 limit. I bet you anyway. But we'll try and see. Yeah, 2,200. Can any of these do 2,200? A70 can't. The 390 can't. 320 can't. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. They're going to have to keep going with indirect for a while. Sorry, Victoria residents. Now, Port Louise. Antananarivo is... Okay, we'll add another plane there. Anywhere else I can't get to? Maybe the one at the bottom. Dar es Salaam. I bet you that's not going to work either. So let's add Dar es Salaam and add Port Louise. Yeah, that's too far. But what we could do, what did they say the indirect was? To Moroni? Okay, we could go up to the Moroni one here and just bump another plane on. Because they can go indirect. There's nothing wrong with that. It just, you got to have enough like capacity. So Kadoma, for some reason, is losing money, even though there's people waiting, which makes no sense. Moroni, indirect path. Wow, go figure. So let's get rid of this. Add city Antananarivo to Moroni. There, now we can go back to our good old Nimbus. And add a couple in there. You know what? Let's go 3. Because maybe they can do one of those roundabout ways. So we could put another plane here. And come to think of it, we can throw another one. After that, we're probably going to want to expand. So people are backing up just a little bit there. Murindava to Moroni, if we wait a second. Okay, so we're losing money really badly on that. And I just don't understand. It's not clear to me why we're losing money. Let's get rid of these little planes and just let the big guys do their thing. Maybe we just simply have too many planes. Maybe that's what it is. Wow, that was a lot of planes. I guess I got carried away there. Pray to Bilen. Okay. Moron Deva, pray to Bilen. Moron Deva. Pray to Bilen's 1,200. That could be a Nimbus, but let's see. Water taxi is 291. Sea Voyager is 392. Let's just for fun, let's take the boat. Let's take a boat. And let's go 2 of them, you know? Why not? So let's go up to Kampala, see if anything else opened up. Kubuya is not, I wouldn't say it's doing amazing. Maybe it needs another plane. And Mbabara might need another bus, possibly. Oh, wow. They are losing money badly. Huh. Okay, well, We'll just leave that be. So back out to the grand scheme of things. Oh, we could have looked at Sao Tome again. No, it's fine. Okay, so Nigeria. I think we want to push up here. So Kenya, we could go Somalia. Yeah, let's go Somalia. So what do we get? Mogadishu? No, Kismayo. Okay. We'll put a hub there. And let's go ahead and hire a manager. Put him on expand. So they want to go to Kampala and they want to go to Mbabara. So Kismayo to Kampala. And let's see if we go to the Nimbus. Put 4 planes on that. And they want to go to Mbabara. And technically they can go through Kampala, which is interesting. So that might be where I'm getting some of these lower profit margins. Could be from that. We'll go 340 Express to Mbabara. And the next thing would be maybe Djibouti. And we got, yeah, Kismayo, we got Kampala, we got Djibouti. Okay. So Djibouti itself, which is getting very close to the Persian Gulf here, or close. Kismayo. So it's, you know what? Let's give it a hub manager as well. So let's go to Kismayo and Bor. So Djibouti to Bor. Or, well, we'll go Kismayo first, I guess. So we can't go to 230. We have to go to 340 Express. Let's put 2 of them down. And then we'll go Djibouti again. Oops, not DK, DJ. To Bor. Bor is at 1400, so just above that. We're going to have to go with the 340 again. Have to bump some money up a bit. Oops. There we go. So that can take care of that. Now, maybe we should go in and get some hub managers. There, we'll go. Dodoma gets a hub manager. The Iringa gets a hub manager. And I put them all in expand. And then later I could always bump them back, I guess, to maintain. So they would make more profit or whatever. Now, sometimes they will do weird things. They don't always do things that make sense. So that's just, you know, just the way it is. Hire hub manager, expand. Bakambako. Expand city. Iringa. Do they have a hub manager? Yes, they do. Mabea. Hub manager, expand. And then why not up here in Tanga? Hub manager. Expand. Zanzibar, I thought I had one there already. Oh, I guess I didn't. What do you know? 4 is overcrowded. Okay, so that's the problem. I just want to get Dar es Salaam here. There. Okay, so Bor is overcrowded. What's the problem? Kisungo. Bor to Gitega. Bor to Gitega indirect path exists. Okay, so we want to go Bor to Gitega, and we can go a Nimbus. In fact, we could go 2. That might help with things a little bit. Yes, it did. Okay, we could probably go hire a manager up here. Oops. Oh, I went way too fast there. We'll put him on expand. Did we get a manager up in Djibouti? Yes, we did. Okay. And did we put one on Kismayo? Yes, we did there too. Okay, so we can start down here then. Kampala's got one. Mbabara has got one. Kigali. No, they need one, and now they got one. Kibuye. Now they got one. Itega. They got one now. Makamba. Hire hub manager. Expand. Okay, so then if we come down to Kasungu, do they have a manager? No, they don't. But we're running a little low on money. What'll happen here now that I've went to managers, one thing to keep in mind is you make less money during the month and you get all your money at the end of the month. Like they give you your profits at the end at each of these places where I'm putting a hub manager. So that's a little tricky. So instead of your money going straight up as it normally does when you're running it, you sort of got this delay, and then you're going to get this big tranche of money basically. So kind of got to adjust for that. Which maybe you won't like that. It's up to you. Lusaka. Just trying to put as many, and the more I put, the less money I'm going to make as time goes by. And I'll only make it at the end of the month. So we're getting very close to... Okay, so we did flip over the national network. And I don't know. I don't think we're going to make a ton more money here at first. But at the end of the month, you're going to see we're going to get a decent amount. And we have 484 minutes to get a new country. So that's like tons of time that way. And the Kolwezi almost sounds like crazy, but there we go. Got that. So we could go down the Maputo, or Près de Bilan actually. We give them a manager. Maputo, we give them a manager. Like I said, I wouldn't say I think all the managers do amazing, because sometimes they do really odd things that I don't understand. But I just want to give it a try and see. Okay, Missouri, do they have one? Yes, they have one. Does Durban have one? Yes. I find they tend to like buses, and they do like boats too. So you're going to see lots of buses and boats if you do it that way. See, my money is slowing down quite a bit because of the fact that it's just all going to take till the end of the month to get money. See, it went down quite a bit there. Lusaka is crowded. Bamenda, new city there. All right, we'll put one here. Lusaka must have figured itself out. Bamenda up in Cameroon. Okay. That can work. Wow, that dropped quite a bit, eh, though? The million thing there. Wow, my goodness gracious. Okay, see how that jumped up to 9 million? That's the kind of thing that'll happen. So Bamenda, let's go ahead and give them a manager. So Bamenda is going to want to go to Sao Tome and Yaoundé. First, let's go to Bamenda. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to do it that way. Bamenda. There. To Yaoundé. Okay, now. Why? Okay, whatever. We'll go it that way. Now, let's see if we can put a road down. Okay, that works. And we'll put 2 buses on that. So Bamenda also wants to go to Sao Tome. So Bamenda to Sao Tome. And it says we could go boat somehow. 522 on this little guy. Water taxi's a bit less. Let's just go Nimbus though. Stick with what we know. Go 3 of them. Sao Tome, did we put hub manager there? No, we did not. Yvina Yang. There, we need a hub manager there. Yaoundé, did we put one there? No, we did not. got one now though. Franceville. Do they have one? There we go. Brazzaville. They've now got one. Bangui. Now they've got one. Lubumbashi and Kolwezi, I think I did that already. Yep. So I think I got all the ones on the mainland. Now Morindova. We'll give them one. And Antananarivo. We'll give them one. That is just so hard to say. Man, I can't imagine living there. Needing to say that city all the time. Port Louise, way easier to say. Victoria, we'll give them a hub manager. And then over here to Moroni, we'll give them one. So I think that gives me all my hub managers, I believe. Did I get one up here in Kismayo? Yes, I did. Okay. So the next thing I could do is go to Kenya. Would be the next one because I kind of got to take care of this. I could jump over to Eritrea, but... And this would be like West Africa over here. This is kind of like North Africa. I'd say Kenya. We may just have to wait until we get some money and go after Kenya. Now, the other thing I noticed, these hub managers, they don't necessarily always like do every run, because I've tried it, and where the game's new, I don't know everything about it yet, but I've noticed sometimes like you'll put a hub manager somewhere, then you come back like years later, and they've got buses, like a couple buses, maybe a few boats, but then they have like nothing for airplanes. So I don't really know what the algorithm is or how it works. That's why I'm trying to learn a bit more before I do tutorials that are very specific, and where I'm giving you actual information. Right now I'm giving you just a lot of my gut opinion and stuff like that. So the money is moving. So there must have been a few of these guys that I missed somehow when I was doing hubs and managers, because really the money probably shouldn't move too much. Well, I got one there. I don't know. I'm not sure who I might have missed. And I don't know why that's already green. Antananarivo is busy. Let's see. His smile, no valid route. Okay, well, that's definitely going to do it. Absolutely. So that's something you got to keep. You would think that the manager would do that for you, but apparently he doesn't, I guess. So that's not going to work. What if we did a Moroni to Kismayo run like that? No, that's something maybe we could do. Yeah. Let's do that. And then maybe this, yeah, see there. It did go to Moroni. So let's go to Kismayo. That should be in there somewhere. Well, it was there. Okay, let's go Kismayo again to Moroni, and we'll put another Nimbus down. That's fine. So we're kind of doing a workaround. See, indirect path exists. I think that's gonna help. I think. I could be wrong. So maybe Moroni, we want to make sure we got some good traffic heading that way. There. So we put a second plane on that. So maybe that'll help. Yep, it did. What do you know? Perfect. Okay, so that's good. I'd say once we get to the end of the month, we're probably gonna drop at least 8 million. Oh, look, Johannesburg. Perfect. Let's go down to Johannesburg. And where is that? Honestly, I don't know where. Okay, there it is. Up by Pretoria. Okay, so we'll put a hub there just so we can have a hub manager. Now, surely they're going to want to go to Pretoria. Okay, well, that makes sense. We can do that. So Pretoria to Johannesburg. And that one we're going to... Let's try this more expensive bus here. And we'll put 2 of them. Now, also wants to go to Maputo. So city, Johannesburg to Maputo. 452 kilometers. Can we drive over there? Well, kinda. What if we did do a row? Let's see, it wants to build something. Where's it gonna build? Why is it building? Let's try this. Oh, okay, it built a cutoff. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, just for fun, we'll see if that'll keep up or not. Pretoria has a direct path, 17. I think that should do it, really, those 2 guys there. So just looking at our boat situation, it's showing nothing, but it could be because we didn't get there yet. Like, one of our planes is actually making $1 million. That's super good. Now, this losing 1.6 million is very not good. That's terrible. As far as our buses, we've got some good ones and we got a few dogs like this one right here. This guy is really not doing good. So our national network, we're maybe going to hit 20-some thousand, nowhere near 40. And Kenya, as I said, which would be our next target, is going to be 6.39 million or 6.4 million, basically. We try to just fast forward here a little bit to the end of the month. Oh, there's a new city here. Kasai Oriental. Interesting. I've never heard of that place at all. Okay, we'll put a hub down. Kasai Oriental wants to go to Makamba and Lubumbashi. So let's see. Kasai Oriental. Kasai, what a weird name. And we'll go to Lubumbashi. And I don't know. Let's see if a bus. Can we do a bus? 843. Let's put a bus down just for fun, you know. I don't know if that's even going to work properly, but Makamba, Kasai Oriental to Makamba. Let's see, Kasai Oriental to Makamba is 73. Can we put a road there? Now, in real life, there is no proper road there, but build road 1,000 kilometers away. Yeah, no, that's not going to work then. It's going to have to be the good old Nimbus. There we go. Now, I believe we said, oh, look at this. It jumped up to 54 million. Isn't that ridiculous? So we'll go to Kenya. And you know what? Let's go Ethiopia at the same time. Let's just... Yeah, we already paused it, I guess. Wow. Interesting how the cities they pick are really odd. Okay, so we'll go in here. Hub manager, expand city. So Meru wants to get to Kampala and Djibouti. So Meru wants to go to Kampala. Can we do the whole bus thing? Let's see. Build road. 680. Let's try the bus. Just for fun. And it wants to go to Djibouti. So let's go Meru to Djibouti. 1,400. Yeah, we're not even going to bother with the bus on that one. Not going to happen. There, we'll put that there. And then the Woleta Sodo. So apparently we're picking just random cities in some of these countries and not going with capitals. That's a little odd. Woleta Sodo wants to go to Meru. Alright, so Woleta Sodo Meru. We could, let's see, what would the bus thing do? 909 kilometers. Okay, yeah, maybe that's, yeah, let's not do that then. Okay, let's go a couple, 3 Nimbuses actually. Woleta de Djibouti. Woleta Sodo de Djibouti is 800 kilometers. Let's just go with the Nimbus. Okay, there we go. Then we could go to Eritrea. And down here it says a sob. Where is... Okay, it's over here. So now that one we could maybe do a boat or something to Djibouti. Okay, a sob to Djibouti. 164 kilometers. So we could also do a road. The road... Oh, the road's going to be horrible. No, we definitely do not want a road. What about a Petit Voyager? This little Voyager is going to make more. Let's go with the little Explorer. How about that? And I'll put 2 of them down. Just see if that works. And it wants to go to Woleta Sodo. So if we go a Saab to Woleta Sodo. And we'll just go the Nimbus. There we go. And we could go Sudan. Nyala. Well, they definitely pick random places. I will give them that. They're not all like the actual places you would think they would pick. So they want to go to Bor. Nyala wants to go to Bor. It's 981. Nimbus. Let's go 4 just for fun. We got money now. Kasai Oriental. It wants to go there now. So Nyala to Kasai Oriental. Now maybe it won't. Ooh. Just over 2,000, eh? So I would need... No, that guy wouldn't work still. This guy wouldn't work. I would need one of these. This guy. I would need at least the AR 500. Now, is it going by anywhere else? That's the question. Well, maybe like is Bangui going the... Let's look at Bangui. Is it going to Kasai Oriental? No, but it does need to get to Kampala though. So let's look at that. So I think we're not going to be able to help our friend up north here. If we go Kampala, 1,600. Okay, that we can do. That we can do. And we could add maybe another one there. That will help it get over to Kampala. Now we could go Bangui to Kasai Oriental. Just for fun. Bangui, Kasai Oriental. Yeah, let's try that. Yes, technically there's no demand. But Bangui then Nyala. We have that? Kasai Oriental. Okay, so Nyala to Bor. Okay, let's try Nyala to Bangui. And maybe that would be a better workaround here. There we go. That's fine. So now if we click on Nyala, yeah, it's going to Bangui. That's a better way of doing it right there. And we could go Chad. Now Chad Mundu. We'll put a hub in there. And we'll put it on expand routes. Mondu wants to go to Brazzaville and it wants to go to Nyala. Okay, let's go to Nyala first. Mundu, Nyala, thousands. We can definitely go a couple Nimbuses. but it also wants to go to Brazzaville, right? Yeah, Mundu to Brazzaville. And that's going to be 1400. So we're going to need a 340 Express. Couple them. There we go. So then that leaves Nigeria 18, Niger at 4 million, Egypt at 15, Libya at 4. So basically we've kind of encapsulated most of Eastern Africa now. So we have South Africa, we have all of East Africa. We could jump over the Persian Gulf, or not the Persian Gulf, but the Red Sea, I guess, Gulf of Aden, and do the Middle East. But I think we'll stick with Africa. And next time when we come back, we'll start grabbing these north ones and then make our push to the west, because the west is all not so expensive, except for Nigeria is quite expensive. And Egypt's also expensive. If you like that video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Viking Me Gaming.